Every month, millions of women around the world experience a biological cycle, yet one that is often taboo, misunderstood, and stigmatized. In regions of the world where basic water facilities are scarce, the silence around menstruation and the lack of infrastructure has resulted in women missing out on education, work, and daily life. In a society that demands constant presence and participation, what happens when women can't show up?
Bloody Queen is a campaign that aims to raise awareness about period and period health and menstrual hygiene, and especially around what kind of obstacles society puts on women who are menstruating.
Globally, 500 million women and girls don't have everything they need to manage their menstruation. For example, in Uganda, every fifth woman can't go to work when she's menstruating because the toilets are just too bad. So many girls just stay at home. Many of them have never even heard about menstruation when they first start bleeding. And this is because it's not a topic that people talk about. And it's really hard to access information. It's surrounded by a lot of taboo and a lot of stigma that hinder women and girls from participating in everyday life, basically.
The idea was born here at Obeya. Working with PR, you always need to be aware of what's going on in the world and how can you create something that is relevant for people. And what we could see was that chess was increasing a lot, and we could also see that a lot of women were interested in playing chess. One of the big things in the idea was that we developed a chess game, like a board game for real. And this was done with Evelina Kron. She does very amazing, beautiful squares. So we're like, okay, can we tap into that? She's popular, people know who she is, and she does beautiful things.
She was a perfect match for this chess-inspired campaign, and she actually designed several different chess games for us, and her color schemes are fantastic as well, which means that we have very dynamic imagery to work with, and you can see all the different colors that goes together with the chessboard and the pawns. The visuals we use with the chessboard and the missing queen, where the queen is then, instead of her there is a puddle of blood, because she is missing due to period. And when women are missing in society, you don't see that they're not there until you realize what an extremely empty space they leave.
And this really affects women's situation, like they lose wages and they're not able to take up advancements at work. But also we see in the studies that businesses lose. They lose productivity and they lose effectivity in their business.
Symbolism of the missing queen on the chessboard is, I think, a very powerful way of showing that the whole society loses out when women are not present. In a chess game, without the queen, you are out of luck.
A big takeaway, I would say, is that especially when it comes to period and menstruation and those kind of topics, people are fed up with just talking about it. People want to see change, people want to see someone doing something about it. But at the same time, working with PR, you need to have something that has a news value, something that's new, something that is different. And by taking this very hard topic in some way, connecting it to like a cultural context or popular culture or whatever you want to define it, makes it more relevant to people to actually understand, okay, it's something new, it's interesting, it's different, I understand. So it's a way of raising awareness of something that people might have heard earlier, but putting it in a new context makes it interesting.
The Bloody Queen campaign is a really great campaign to raise awareness about these issues, to really think about menstruation as something else than being private. Because sometimes people think that menstruation is up to the individual, it's a private thing. But when there are societal barriers to women and girls participating, it's also society's responsibility for that discrimination that follows. And I think this campaign really highlights the urgency of that issue and also challenges businesses and society at large, decision makers, to really take this seriously and act upon this and take their responsibility to solve these issues.
I hope that this campaign will be easily recognizable. I want people to sort of feel the drama it's not exaggerated, it is dramatic. The fact that around 300 million women menstruate each day, and so many of them are facing a society that does not make it easy to participate while menstruating.
In the long term, we really hope that this campaign will support women and girls actually enjoying their human rights. Menstrual health is linked to many other human rights, such as water and sanitation, health, education, work. And this is something that we as a society, as businesses and employers, we all need to take this responsibility so that women and girls are not discriminated, and that we can have countries and societies with actual gender equality.
I hope that people globally understand this campaign and adapts it to different countries to keep doing it and to scale it up, because we did it here in Sweden, a local small campaign that I think can go global and have a real effect on the problem and the issues that we're trying to raise awareness about.
With the commitment and dedication of organizations and communities, we can break the silence surrounding menstruation. By addressing taboos, building essential facilities, and providing comprehensive menstrual health education, we can ensure that all women have access to the sanitation they need. These efforts are not just about managing menstrual hygiene, they are also about empowering women and girls to reclaim their education, their work, and their place in the public space. Together, we can create a world where every woman can participate in life, every day, without barriers. The change is possible, and it starts now.